Qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella de parte de tu amigo Haymon. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
All right, man. This I heard, behind the scenes, just call it a rumor that Yordenis Ugas asked Al Haymon to fight Terence Crawford after if he gets the Errol Spence win. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button, the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance of notification we go live or drop a video. So so apparently Ugas is willing to fight Terence Crawford. All right. He is willing to unify and become undisputed. And honestly, I don't see why not for Ugas. You know what I'm saying? If you get past Errol Spence, it'd be Pacquiao Spence. And if you get past Terence Crawford, which I don't think is out the realm of possibility neither, you know what I'm saying? Then I mean, you get put on the pedestal where you a Hall of Famer. Nobody can change that. The money look different. The money is different. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense, for Errol Spence, bro. Crawford came out and said he wanted to fight, whoopty blam, blamty bloop. But most people who could read, read between the lines know that Crawford was being diplomatic. And if if Errol Spence wanted to fight, then why are you talking about fighting Castanos and Charlo winner? You know what I'm saying? Which still is not gonna help your case. If we being real, it's still not gonna help your case, bro. So it's still PBC. So I mean, at the end of the day, he was being, like Metro said last night, he was being diplomatic with his approach because he need PBC. Let's be real, there's no things, two things around it. He trashed he trashed he trashed Top Rank. He can't go back there. And maybe he was just finished with Top Rank and how they was treating him, how he was getting lack of promotion or whatever the situation was. Maybe he was just tired of it and he didn't want to go back. But plus they had nothing to offer but millions of dollars, and I think he made his money. He was looking for the premier fights. So I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it is what it is. But if Yordenis Ugas is gonna step up, and he's been saying on his Twitter that he been alluding. I won't say he been saying it, but he been alluding that he'll fight Terence Crawford. He's been alluding that, he said that, the winner will get Terence Crawford. And maybe that's something they already discussed. But, he got a chance. He got a chance versus Errol Spence, man. A lot of people believe that Errol Spence is fighting in Vegas because Errol Spence can't get a license in Nevada over his eye. But you would just think if that was true, wouldn't like Nevada just call over to Texas and be like, don't, because Nevada is like the premier commission in America. Shouldn't they call over and be like, you know what, man, don't license them? Maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't care, bro. So like I said, with him being, him basically being willing to fight and asking Al for the fight. Now I don't know what Al answer was. You know what I'm saying? Or he gonna turn around and say you gotta fight Keith, but we don't know what the answer is. Crawford said he gonna be back in May. Versus who? Come on. He said he went to Charlo Castanos when there was rumors going around that he wanted to go for Charlos Castanos. Don't like that's gonna happen right now. So he just sitting there, staying ready in the gym. And then pretty much he had PBC Mercy because that's the only people that he want to work with. That was the whole thing about living Top Rank. They didn't have the fights to put the icing on the top of his cake. So I mean, at the end of the day, with Ugas saying that he willing to fight him, now with Al willing to make it happen. Like, but what else do Al got to lose? It ain't like Crawford gonna run back to Top Rank, it ain't like he gonna run back to the zone, and Al Haymon can prevent that by sewing him up and giving him the fights that he wants. Because they got multiple people in position. Stay on this, but Tuev in position. I think at least they on this make work with PBC or Showtime. Keith Thurman, number 3 in the WBC, he in position, and then Ennis work with Showtime. He might be in position to be the mandatory. So even if Ugas lose to Crawford Crawford retire, the belts go right back to 3 PBC fighters and Virgil Ortiz to get the WBO if he can keep winning. So it make too much sense, bro. As far as Errol Spence, I think the end game is trying to put him in there with Canelo Alvarez, to get Alvarez to sign a multi-fight deal eventually. Because after you get done with Triple G, if Triple G want to fight him, it's rumors that Triple G don't want to fight him. After you get done with Beaver and Triple G, then where else he got to go on the zone? Could they make the better BF Joe Smith fight? Absolutely. After that, people putting too much stock in Canelo. What he gonna do? I mean, Charlo Benavidez still be beating up on the same caliber fighters they've been beating up on. So, around September next year, or even May, if the better BF Joe Smith winner don't materialize, he'll be there. But Ugas is willing, and I ain't the biggest Ugas fan. Over some comments he made about with the tribulations that black people going on and what they going through in America. But like I said, it ain't nothing about his fight game. But like I said before, if he willing to fight Terence Crawford, then I wish he go ahead and win. Even though Errol Spence is the fight that we want, but like I said, he got a tough test to go to Errol Spence's backyard, and I think he would deserve a lot of pageantry. As of now, he deserves a lot of pageantry, a lot of credit going into a Crawford fight. If he go into Dallas and beat him up, or Arlington and beat him up. So I respect it that he do want to fight the best. But then again, once you eat steak, you don't want to go back to eating Spam. Think about that for a minute. Once you eat steak, you don't want to go back to eating Spam, bro. You don't. And that's the honest truth. You've been eating good all this time, bro. Do you really want to get the Pacquiao check, get the Spence check, and then go back and get a Keith check? Keith just 30,000 pay-per-views. I heard 30,000, after I heard 39. So, I mean, come on. I mean, you want to fight to stay on and better Buev winner for what? We could be undisputed, if he beats Spence, we can talk about him being in the Hall of Fame. Ray Robinson, Spence, Pacquiao, a lot of guys that he already done whooped up on. So we going and talking about this kid being in the Hall of Fame, bro. That's who we can talk about. He beat Terence Crawford. You can't deny him. And for him, that's life change. For anybody, that's life changing money. Don't matter about what the pay-per-view stuff look like, man. He the man. Then Ennis and Ortiz and all them, they on his time. They on his time. So, like I said, it's interesting, bro. Was he willing to step up? I heard he willing to step up and take on the man. So does that give him, and I think he publicly should issue that out. But then again, you can't publicly issue something out when you don't have the green light for from Al Haymon. So people don't understand how it works. Al Haymon takes lesser manager rated. I think it's 33 and a third, 33.3%. He take less of that. He take less. It can be anywhere from 10 to 22%. He take less money to gain more power. That's his name. He take 10, 22%, 25%. I forget what it was said. I had to pull it up when I get a chance. He takes 10 to 25%, and to take less to the 33 and the third to get more power. So anytime you do something in the square circle, he has to green light it. If you say, well, I want to go fight that brick wall, for 12 rounds, he has to green light it. You know what I'm saying? And some people got relationships with him where he say, this is what I want to do. And he like, okay. There's probably other people, I'm assuming, they say, I want to do this. He like, not right now. Even with Danny Garcia, so if you look at the final press conference for Danny Garcia, Lucas Matisse, Angel Garcia said that they was not forced to fight Lucas Matisse. That's what he said. They was not forced to fight Lucas Matisse. He said, Al Haymon gave him multiple options, and they chose Lucas Matisse. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure a lot of them options come with different pay grades. So, I mean, at the end of the day, he can't come out and say, well, I'll fight him. And then he, Al Haymon say, no, nah, and then he looks stupid. You know, he can't do that. Can't do it. You know, but if he did get the green light and he publicly stated that, he'd get a whole different fan base. He'd get a whole different fan base. And that's a fact. You'll get all the Errol Spence haters rooting for Errol Spence or you're not even just the haters. You get people who want to see Undisputed and see a big fight, and you get the haters too. They'll be all riding for Ugas. They break down predictions. They be finding ways that Ugas could win and Errol can lose, and not looking at it from a logical standpoint. And can you mad at him, bro? No, I can't get mad. I was watching the interview from, I think it was the weekend of whenever he did Blue Blood Sports TV. I think it was that weekend. He was talking about most fans don't know the business of boxing, and we don't know how it work. And he said we don't know how it work, and it's a lot of things that go into making a fight. Don't listen to the fighters. But my thing is, bro, how did Don King make it work? How did Bob Arum back in the day make it work? How did Lou Duva back in the day make it work? That's all we want to know. How did they make it work? Why is it so difficult? Why is it so difficult for y'all to make fights? Why is it so difficult for y'all to make fights right now? And Don King and Bob Arum and them work together routinely to make fights. Why is the business getting in the way of making premier fights? We ain't asking for the greatest fight every weekend, but y'all giving us fillers for a whole year. And then y'all giving us super fillers like Canelo and Plant and telling us they premier fights. Man, we don't like that. So why every 3 months we should have a big fight, bro? Should I be like every 4th month we should have a big fight? You know what I'm saying? Every 4th month we should have a big fight. And what's wrong with that? I keep giving us fillers, but damn, we deserve a Spence Crawford Ugas. Then we deserve Canelo taking on Benavidez, Charlo. Okay. Then we deserve, Fury and Usyk or something like that. Yeah. But it is what it is, bro. But I heard Ugas asked, could he take on Terence Crawford? So, I mean, that's the good news. No, will Al press play on that? Who knows? But I like the avenue that I like the avenue that so here we go right here. Something right here that prove what I said. It says, shout out to Salvador Rodriguez. He said part of the talk with Ugas and ESPN knockout a dream of going for undisputed welterweight championship and Ugas versus Spencer for Crawford. So he did an interview with Ugas, and Ugas said in an interview that he would love to fight Terence Crawford. Yeah, he's doing an interview. I shared on my Twitter page. So he like to fight Terence Crawford. He said that in an interview in Spanish. So he said he'd like to fight him. So you can go right to this tweet. Let me pause it. Yeah, right in this interview, he's saying, I don't translate, but pretty much what he's saying, that he want to go for Undisputed. So he's saying in this interview. So I mean, like I said before, man, heard he asked Al Haymon for the fight. And I mean, here we go. So I mean, at the end of the day, if this is true, everything he said in his interview, and that's true, then a lot of people are gonna be rooting for him to win. But if Spence come out and say, yeah, Crawford next or whatever, I think people would take that. We just need to know, we just need to know what's going on. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, next subscribe button, it's the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop a video Check out the Box Rumor playlist and welterweight playlist for more videos like this. Want to financially support the channel? Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. You can find me everywhere under the everywhere. You can find me everywhere in the description in the link tree link. I'll show you everything I'm at. You can find it in my Twitter bio. You can find it in my Instagram bio. You can find it in the description on YouTube as well too. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.